Montreal Impact host Seattle Sounders for an Interconference match on Saturday. Lee Phelps, William Hill's In Play radio host, is here on the line now to break down the match for us. Now, this is the first time these two teams meet this year. Both come from weekend losses, with Seattle Sounders, who have fallen to 5th place, only experiencing 1 win in 5 matches played. So what are you predicting to see on the pitch?
Yeah, it's an interesting game, isn't it? Two teams, like you said, out of form. But I think Montreal, look, it's 1 win in 5 for the Canadians, 1 win in 7 for Seattle. But I like to look at the home form in the MLS. I think there's a real strong line that you can follow. Home form versus away form. Very few teams do that well away from home. And Montreal have got 1 defeat in 6 in front of their own fans. The Sounders are on a 4-match losing streak on the road. See, I don't think, I mean, I know you can get, strange results and that upset the form, but you've got to go on something. And Seattle have only scored 1 goal in that 4-match run as well. So I can't see how they can muster enough to go and beat Montreal. So it'd be Montreal for me at home.
Montreal, okay. And obviously when the lines are released, I believe it's about Thursday there at William Hill, due to sort of the other sort of international matches taking place, what sort of odds do you think? Do you think it'll be backable odds?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be crazy. I mean, I think you look at Seattle aren't a terrible team.
Yeah.
They've been in form. But I don't think there'll be a real. You don't tend to get that many teams who are really short prices in the MLS.
Yeah.
In fact, while we've been doing these previews, I've noticed that you tend to get some decent value back teams who should be shorter. They probably would be shorter in maybe the English Premier League. One thing that is worth noting: Montreal home games feature quite a lot of goals in the last 15 minutes. And in that losing streak that the Sounders are on, they've been conceding late goals, even goals in stoppage time. So maybe if you're watching the game and you want to bet in play, maybe look at the goals in the last 15 minutes might be a way in here. But for me, I think Montreal will get this done. And I think they might get it done by a couple of goals here. I think Seattle is so poor in front of goal at the minute. Montreal have got a goal threat. So I'm going to play the handicaps. I think the Impact -1 would be a nice way in.
And again, what are you expecting in terms of goals? Do you have a lean?
Look, Seattle could score, but I could see a 2-0 here. I could see a 2-0 home win. It's tricky to predict whether they've only scored 1 in 4 away from home. I don't see them scoring loads of goals. Admittedly, if they did score, that makes the handicap bet a little harder. But look, I think Montreal will win it by 2 clear goals. So whichever way that ends up being, but I think they can get the job done relatively comfortably.
All right, fantastic. Again, the best, just to recap here, the best play for the match would be?
I'm looking at -1 for Montreal on the handicap.
All right, fantastic. Lee Phelps, thank you for joining us.